You don't need a miracle, an elite diploma, or a secret inheritance to change your life. You need one habit, just one. I stumbled on it by accident, reading a forgotten line in an old book by Napoleon Hill. At first, I doubted it. But within 90 days, I wasn't the same person. I was calmer, more confident, richer, not just in my wallet, but in my mind. Today, you'll learn exactly what that habit is, how it works, and why almost no one has the courage to follow it through. Napoleon Hill wasn't a billionaire, and he didn't build a giant company. Yet he impacted more lives than most modern gurus. Why? Because he studied the mindset of history's most successful people from the inside. Industrial leaders, inventors, builders. For over 20 years, he documented what they did differently and distilled it into a simple, practical map for building wealth, purpose, and freedom. Most people know the title, Think and Grow Rich. What fewer people notice is the starting point behind the entire philosophy. A single daily practice shared by all of those men without exception. While the world chases new hacks and complicated strategies, the masters return to the essential and build their lives on one habit done well. Motivation fades. Fatigue shows up, but habit remains, and that changes everything. Habit turns desire into results, dreams into reality, and an ordinary man into an unstoppable one. Here's the problem most people face. They live as if time were unlimited. They wake up tired, hit snooze, rush to survive the day, and repeat the cycle. Years pass, opportunities evaporate, and what remains is regret, not because they lacked talent, but because they lacked a habit anchored to a purpose. We live in a distracted world. Feeds, shows, notifications, all engineered to capture your attention. The busier you feel, the further you drift from the life you want. You start everything and finish nothing. You read one chapter here, watch a motivational clip there, promise to start Monday, and Monday never comes. What's missing is clarity, direction, and the discipline to hold one habit long enough for it to change who you are on the inside. Indecision is the enemy of success, and failure begins the moment you let routine decide who you become. Many people want freedom, yet live enslaved to distractions. They want wealth, yet spend on what feeds anxiety. They want respect, yet break their own word. Failure isn't an event. It's the accumulation of small daily neglects. Success is the reverse. Small decisions repeated with consistency, especially on the hard days. That's where real growth happens. Hill's simple discovery was this. The most powerful people he interviewed all practiced one daily act. They defined a clear purpose and repeated it out loud with emotion and conviction. It sounds simple, even ridiculous. That's why most never try it long enough to see the change. Hill called it a definite purpose and argued that no real success is possible without it. Most people wake up reacting to life. Builders of wealth wake up creating it. They remind themselves who they are, what they want, and why they act. Then they affirm it out loud with energy and truth. When I first read that, it felt exaggerated. I tried it anyway. I wrote my purpose clearly, what future I was building, the money I needed and why, and the kind of person I had to become to earn it. Twice a day, every day, I read it out loud, even when it felt silly, even when I was tired, even when I thought it wasn't working. But it was. Quietly, my mind started to change. I made better decisions, cut what held me back, and noticed opportunities I used to ignore. I wasn't just wishing, I was training my mind to win. I didn't invent this. Hill documented it, top performers apply it, and those who climb from nothing to the top tend to understand one thing. The mind needs direction. If you don't program it daily, the world will do it for you, and you'll end up living a life you never chose. The early days feel exciting. You wake up early, read your purpose, and feel the surge of energy. Then a few weeks in, reality pushes back. Motivation fades. Routine gets heavy. Old habits knock on the door, and that's when the real battle begins. The sabotaging voice doesn't scream. It whispers, "Skip today. This isn't working. You're wasting time." If you listen, you go back to being the person who means well, but doesn't act. I realized my greatest enemy wasn't the outside world. It was the story in my head. Fear of looking foolish, fear of trying and failing, the comparison to others. Every fear had a root, and it lived in the narratives I repeated. The moment I answered those voices with my purpose, spoken with conviction every day, they lost power. The mind believes what you repeat. Repeat excuses and you get mediocrity. Repeat a clear purpose with emotion and you rewire your brain. Tests still come. Family stress, surprise bills, lack of support, exhaustion. I faced all of them. I wanted to quit, but one thought kept me moving. One more day. Just one more. Day after day, I became stronger. Your environment will resist. Your body will resist. Your friends might think you're strange. Push through that invisible barrier. On the other side is a new identity. One that doesn't rely on willpower, but on consistency and integrity with yourself. My turning point came around day 43. No fireworks, no cosmic sign. I read my purpose that morning as usual, but something clicked. I didn't just say the words. I believed them. It felt like the man I wanted to become was already inside me. That week, a deal that had been stuck for months finally closed. An old contact called with a partnership that once seemed impossible. Coincidence? Maybe. But those doors opened because I started acting like the person I claimed to be. The shift began in the invisible, repeating a clear purpose with faith and persistence. I started recognizing patterns, saying no more easily, organizing my time, protecting my health, speaking with more certainty. Small actions that used to be hard became natural because I wasn't the same anymore. Change on the inside invites change on the outside. People notice. Results shift. Relationships evolve. The difference? One habit, one daily commitment that seems too small to matter, yet quietly becomes the foundation of a new life. After 90 days, I wasn't just more disciplined. I was a different man. My performance improved, but what surprised me most was the clarity. I knew what I wanted, what I no longer accepted, and where I was going. That kind of clarity is priceless. I became more selective with people, firmer in decisions, cleaner in conversations. Repeating my purpose every day trained my mind to eliminate what didn't matter, freeing energy for what truly did. I started earning more, yes, but not by magic. A focused mind builds solutions. When you know where you're going, your time becomes more valuable, and you stop wasting energy on anything that doesn't move you forward. The lesson the 90 days taught me is simple. The winner isn't the most talented, it's the most consistent. The one who can endure boredom. The one who does the simple thing every day without applause. You become what you think about consistently. Spend 90 days thinking like the person you intend to be. And you'll start acting like him. Often before the results show up. Change is uncomfortable, lonely at times, and it often looks useless in the beginning. But if you have the courage to hold one simple habit for 90 days, you'll prove to yourself that you can change almost anything. Hill's habit isn't magical, and it isn't easy, but it's real. It demands a commitment to yourself, to write a clear purpose, to speak it out loud morning and night, to feel it as if it were already true, and to repeat it, especially when it seems pointless. That's where the shift happens. In the quiet, invisible work no one sees, the work that changes everything. If this message resonated, start today. Take a sheet of paper, write your purpose in detail, and read it out loud twice a day for the next 90 days. Act as if the future you is already guiding today's decisions. Then come back and tell us what changed. And if you want more videos that help you think, manage, and grow your money with clarity and discipline, make sure to subscribe and explore the rest of our content. Each video is designed to move you one step closer to real financial freedom.